right, welcome back, eSIM Studios. My name is Taylor Bell. This is eSIM Studios podcast live stream episode number 96. On the year 96 on this podcast stream we have set up here for you where we talk tech every day. Almost, I think out of 96 episodes, I believe we've gone live every day except, I would say there's a few days in there that I did not go live. But out of those 96 episodes, I think there was probably maybe 4 or 5 days we did not go live. And that was because I had some personal things going on in the background, right? But moving forward, we stream every day. Saturday, Sunday, Friday, doesn't matter. So we will be your hub for live stream, for technology live streams, right? Not many other tech channels live stream, and if they do, it's randomly. We're gonna create a tech live stream you can watch every day, kind of like the 5 o'clock news, although I'm far from a news host anchor, but look, it is what it is, right? So I want to thank everybody for joining us today. We have some interesting news to get into. So I got 1 or 2 phone stories, or stories that pertain to phones, and we actually have a lot of laptop and computer news today. Snapdragon released their brand new, can't wait to get my hands on one of these things. It's a Qualcomm Snapdragon X Elite CPU. It's the new CPU that's supposed to take on Apple's biggest and best CPUs. Supposed to be right up there. So we'll dive into it here in a second. We'll go on down a list of what computers, laptops are going to come with the new Snapdragon X Elite CPU. And then Microsoft also had their keynote today. So we don't, it's all Snapdragon. Hell yeah. I'm excited, man. Dude, it's been a long time coming. I like Snapdragon, Qualcomm. Ever since the Snapdragon, do you remember the 805? That was in the very first OnePlus phone, I believe, OnePlus One. Was it? Yeah, Snapdragon 805. Then it went up to Snapdragon 810. What did they do? 815? I know they went up to 820, and then they did the 888, and then they started going in their Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, I believe. Don't mark my words down, but something like that. But it's not like we have a big choice, right? Carlos, thank you for asking. Thank you for joining. I was briefly going over it. So X Elite, Snapdragon X Elite got launched today, unveiled today, if you want to say. So we're not only going to look at the Snapdragon X Elite CPU. We're got a list here of laptops that are officially going to launch with this new Snapdragon X Elite CPU. So if you're potentially in the market for a new laptop, or I believe what do they call it, 2-in-1, I got them all here, so we'll check them out. I really want to see how this does in the real world. I hope not many people have issues with these. I hope these don't overheat. They are so powerful. Again, getting back to the Apple comparison, it's the real first Snapdragon. If you're a Snapdragon fan, like Daniel and I are, Carlos, you may or may not be, but it's like the very first desktop and/or laptop. I guess. Well, it's the first big boy CPU that you can really put weight behind and push your chips in on the table, right, up against Apple's best. I don't think it's going to beat the M4, but we'll have to wait and see, right? So let's, before we get into the details, we'll start off with that, and I got a couple of phone things going on, and also have a really, really, really good deal. I always try to bring y'all deals in the tech world. You never know out there if you could potentially be looking for a new phone, a new laptop, a new tablet. If I'm I'm kind of pride myself in being a deal finder or deal seeker. I can generally find the very best price for whatever device you or I'm looking for. Well, I came across a really, really good deal that whenever I do come across good deals, I'm going to obviously let y'all know. And even if for future reference, right? Because look, came to bite me in the ass because and this happened to me with the OnePlus One. I was going to buy it. I was like, I'll get it. I'll get around to it. Procrastinated. And then when I was ready to buy it, the deal was gone. Well, same thing happened with the Pixel tablet. Last week, they were giving them away essentially for free if you had an iPad to trade in. So I was like, cool. I kind of wanted one, but I didn't really want one. Weird fact, the Pixel tablet does not have GPS. Did y'all know that? So that's why I was kind of like, whatever. But if they were offering them for free, I was like, well, shit, I'm going to go on eBay, buy a iPad. I found one for like $78. I was going to buy the iPad on eBay and use that as my trade-in. Trade that into the Google store. Free Pixel tablet. They're giving you $399 for it. That's how much the tablet costs. So yesterday I go to buy it, and the deal's gone. Jesus Christ. So let's do this. Before we get into all the details with this new Snapdragon CPU, just want to, again, thank everybody for joining us. And if you catch us in the middle of the stream, towards the end, whatever, you can always come back and catch the replay here on YouTube. Or if you want to take us with you on the go, simply search eSIM Studios on any podcast platform. And we will show up our live stream. Oh, check this out. Not only our live stream, I upload every single live stream to the RSS feed, which disperses the podcast, but I also do uploaded content. So if I do a case review, if I'm like the review I did for the Nothing Phone 2 just a few days ago, I upload that to the podcast stream. So any content that you find on this channel will be on the podcast audio version as well. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart Music Radio app, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, we're there. So okay, let me pull this up and take a drink of water real quick, and we will get into it. Let's see, where is this? I got a bunch of tabs open, so give me a second. Let's see where we're at. In fact, we're going to go to, I got two websites to go to. So we'll do this one. Okay, let me pull this up. Okay, let's see here. Now, this is, let me pull up the other site I had, because I want to get into the details of the X Elite, and then we'll get into the devices it's going to launch on. Let me turn this music down a tad bit. It's loud in my earbud. Okay, comments, let's see. Quasar, thank you for joining us. Looks like you're new here. I don't remember that name, but thank you. So it looks promising so far. Hope that the performance hit for emulation for x86 apps not too bad. like the 10 to 30%, because not way old app will switch to ARM. Yeah, I'm sure it will. I think with this one, they've kind of thought of everything. At least I hope. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that this will be the case, especially with app emulation and stuff like that for x86. Daniel says, I used to have one of the first Snapdragon 7C laptops, Lenovo. I know exactly which one you're talking about. Put a SIM in it, and it was a game changer. It was perfect for day-to-day stuff. Just a shame many apps didn't support ARM. Yeah, I know. That's a very... Look, I was this close to buying that same laptop, the 7C, because I was so excited I could have a laptop with a SIM card, right? It's a no-brainer. Like, you would think they would be all over the place. Who wants to have a laptop that gets Wi-Fi only? I get it, but you would think it's 2024. You'd think they would, almost every laptop would have carrier services. I know it depends on the CPU and the modem and stuff like that, but it sucks going to look. I had to obviously, y'all know my mom was she passed, but she was in the hospital for like a month before she passed, right? So I would go to the hospital back to and from. It sucks having to depend on Wi-Fi or finding a good signal for Wi-Fi. It'd be so nice if you could just open your laptop and go. Now, question that I don't know the answer to, but I hope we'll find out. I don't think this new X Elite, it does have a modem, meaning carrier services or, a SIM card compatibility. But let's see here. So this is Qualcomm's website. Next generation of Windows PCs with Copilot Plus today. Let's see. AI, of course, AI. Get ready for all the AI stuff. Powered with the world's fastest NPU for laptops at 45 TOPS. Pretty good. In leading performance per watt. The first wave of over 20 Copilot, I guess that's what they're going to call them, the Snapdragon X Elite CPUs paired with Windows. They're going to call it a Copilot Plus ready PC. Microsoft's trying to push the stupid Copilot term, phrase, functionality. Actually, I've used Copilot quite a bit over this last month. I like it for what I use it for, but I don't use it for many things outside of what I use it for, right? Let's see. Powered by Snapdragon X Elite and Snapdragon X Plus were announced today from the leading global OEMs, including Acer, Asus, Dell, HP, Lenovo, Microsoft, and Samsung. Devices are available for pre-order now. It can be purchased. Damn, starting June 18th. So that's 4 weeks away. Okay, I want to get into the specs. I want some specs here. Qualcomm is restoring performance leadership with the Windows PC ecosystem with our leading NPU powered by X Elite, which delivers highest NPU. Yeah, we got that. Up to 2.6x. Wow. So over 2.5 times the performance of the Apple M3 chip. So notice they didn't say M4. So you kind of see where this X Elite sits in comparable terms, because this is new. This is a brand new CPU, a brand new platform. So the end users, us, don't really have much experience, don't really know. Hard to tell from online reviews because there basically are none. But the easiest way to compare how good it is or on a performance level is comparing it to the competition, right? And that would be Apple with their M series chips. Now, we all know they just unveiled the M4 chip in the new iPad Pro. And they are going to put that new upcoming M4 chip in the upcoming MacBooks. So I'm assuming it's not as powerful as the M4, but this is a good thing nonetheless, right? I'm sure it probably comes right up to there, and I think the M4 just barely edges it out in performance grouping, in performance groups, performance testing. Look, for me, that's fine. I don't have to have, it's not number one. Because, you trust me, you're going to see people online over this next week, next month, 2 months. They're going to say it's trash. You're going to hear all those people say, it's trash. And they're just looking at the specs. Me, personally, as long as you can keep it right up there, again, it doesn't have to beat the M4, but as long as you're right up there, look, that M4 is a freaking beast. And that's a good way to gauge where this one sits. So it is better than 2.5 times better than the Apple M3 chip. And up to almost 5.5 times better than Intel's best CPU, right? The Core Ultra 7. That's pretty amazing if you think about it, right? I know AMD has a brand new performance CPU up their sleeve that I believe they're going to release or announce. I don't know when, but I know it's relatively soon, like within the next couple of months. So see, now I haven't used Intel personally for, I want to say, 3 or 4 years now. I made the switch to AMD. Now I say I made the switch, meaning if I'm gonna buy something, it's got to have the AMD CPU, right? I've kind of done with Intel, but you may be the opposite. So, but let's get back into it. So it says, with integrated Qualcomm Hexagon NPU architecture, can deliver up to 24 tops per watt speed performance in use cases like super resolution with our leading Qualcomm Orion CPU. Snapdragon X Elite leads in performance per watt. So that's like the third time they've mentioned that. So they're harping on that. It's maybe the one test it beats out any of the competition. Matching competitor peak PC CPU performance at 60% less power. That's another thing. Ultra. Oh wait. Okay. So what does Koisar say? Oh, hang on. New Lenovo Yoga and Asus, pretty sweet with 70 AH. If they really will deliver in efficiency, it's 20-hour battery. Holy crap. That's another thing that bugs the hell out of me. I have an HP ProBook. What does it have? AMD 7 5th gen. It's like, let's say it's like 18 months old, and the battery's like already shot at 18 months. Now I know, a lot can go into wearing your battery down, but the battery life when you have it fully charged lasts maybe 5 hours. Like, it's time to move. Like, I sure hope you're right with this battery life. It's time, because look, I think I'm gonna get one of these, and give me just a second. We'll get into what devices this new Elite's gonna come in, because I think I want one. I think I'm gonna get one. I think I'm gonna I just don't know what brand or which, you know what I'm saying? Asus, what PCs do they have? Acer, Asus, Dell, HP, Lenovo, Microsoft, and Samsung. Thank God. Thank Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. We'll get into it in a minute, but let me just mention, Samsung is making a PC, it appears, without Intel. I've had a Samsung Galaxy Book 3. What a disaster. What a freaking disaster. Overheated, sluggish, just a piece of shit. Straight up. Ultra Core 7 18 tops. Wow, so it's considerably faster. Hey, what's going on, Ashton? Thank you for joining us, sir. We're getting into some computer nerd stuff, which I love to do. Brand new CPU came out, so I got everybody excited. Let's see here. I want to see some stats, right? So it looks like it may be hard to tell. I have another publication that'll list a better listing, because it may be hard to see. So here are the Snapdragon X Elite computers, and on the bottom, Snapdragon X Plus. Now I want to get into the difference between, damn it, I'm sorry, were y'all looking at that? I want to get into the difference between the X Elite and the X Plus. Both look like phenomenal CPUs, but there is a difference, right? and it's performance, right? But the Elite is obviously just like the term Elite. It'll be their flagship CPU, but I believe that the X Plus is no slouch, right? Daniel says, was doing work at a coffee shop today on my Surface Pro laptop. Ooh, that's a nice one. Studio 2. The battery went from 100 to 65 in that time. Can't wait for... Yeah, battery efficiency. I think every Windows user is ready for good battery life, because I've basically had a different laptop I think since I haven't bought like a repeat model or a refreshed model ever. It's always been I've had Acer, Samsung, HP, Dell, and the battery life always sucks, right? So that's one major thing I wish they would get under control. So we do have a list here, and we'll get back into it, right? I want to see some specs. Where are the specs? So here's the X Elite. Maybe on this page we got some. So again, this is Snapdragon's website. Here we go. This is just what I was looking for. So we have, let me hide this. So here we have an overview of the processor and some of the details in these two CPUs, right? So cores, looks like you get 3 SKUs, 3 models of the X Elite CPU, and 1 model, 1 SKU for the X Plus. All 3 Snapdragon X Elite CPUs have 12 cores, while the Snapdragon X Plus has 10. Total cache, all have 42 megabytes. Max multi-thread frequency. It looks like this top Snapdragon X Elite is going to be your absolute best one at the very top, at least in max clock speed up to 3.8 gigs. The others, including the X Plus at 3.4, dual core boost up to 4.2, Qualcomm Adreno GPU. Wow, that's amazing. So all these should perform pretty freaking well. Like, I don't even think, like, I think if you got a CPU, a computer with the X Plus in it, I think you would still walk away pretty happy. Although I think I'm going to try to get an Elite version. So check this out. So these are the model numbers you're going to want to look at when looking at a new laptop. You have now I'll link this in the description. I don't have it there now of this video, but as soon as this live stream ends, if you want to come back, pull this info, and reference it for whatever computer you're looking at, please do. Because you're going to want to see these model numbers, because there are 3 different versions of the X Elite. This very top one, X1E84100, is their flagship CPU. That's the one I'm going to try to locate and get. So we got best-in-class CPU with high performance and remarkable power efficiency. Lord Jesus, I hope so. Delivers exceptional energy savings and up to multiple... Oh, Daniel, you hear that? Multiple days of battery life. We've all heard these manufacturers make claims that aren't too far from that. But multiple days? I hope that's usage time too, and not just standby time, right? Dual core boost for incredibly fast responsiveness. Industry-leading AI engine with up to 75 TOPS for best-in-class processing across CPU, GPU, NPU, and micro NPU. Let's see. Ooh, yes. Lightning fast downloading speeds, Wi-Fi 7 connectivity. I want to know, another thing I need to locate is the Ethernet port. Is it 2.5 gigs or is it up to 10 gigs? Because Google Fiber just emailed me and said, "Hey, we have 10 gigs available for you now. Do you want to upgrade?" And man, I couldn't hit that fast enough. And right before I hit accept, I was like, "Wait a second. None of my devices will even accept up to 10 gigs. My two mini PCs are 2.5 gig Ethernet, and that's it. Like, not even my phone would get, probably top out at 2. And that's with Ethernet. So I'm like, there's no point in even upgrading to 10 gig download speeds if none of my devices will even accept it. Let's see here. It does have LDDR5X RAM, which is good. UFS 4.0, which is good. Process node 4 nanometers, which is good. Let's see. Number of concurrent displays 3. Encoding got AV1, H264. All this looks pretty good. Looks like we got a good CPU here. Ah, yes. Cellular modem, RF. Here we go. Modem name, Snapdragon X 65. Yes. So these will be SIM card capable, carrier services capable. Thank you. Peak download speeds, 10 gigabits. There we go. Peak upload speeds, 3.5. Cellular modem, 300 megahertz bandwidth, sub 6. That's 5G. And then millimeter wave as well. Oh man, this is really good news. Qualcomm AI advanced signal boost antenna. Wow. Here we go. 5G HSPA sub 6 dynamic spectrum sharing LTE WCDMA. Wow. Spectral band 6.5 2.4. Wow, spatial streams up to 4. Bluetooth 5.4. That's top of the line. That's ahead of the curve. It's got up to 3 USB Type-C inputs. USB 4. That's good. 5G, Wi-Fi 7. Wow. Yeah, this looks like a good CPU. I cannot wait to get my... Let's see what devices it comes on. Good. We got our answer. I'm going to link this, again, in the description box once the stream is over. Now, let's look in to see what computers this will be announced on so far. Every device announced thus far. Now, normally I'll have these news stories on my website, but I was out of the house for most of the day and couldn't update my own website. So I'll do that once we end, as well as updating this description box below. So I'm going to have to use Android Authority. It's all good. I will cite my sources after this is done. We're getting new Surface laptops, and I'm going to do a separate... once we get done with here, we'll look into specifically these new Surface laptops with this new processor and the new Samsung laptop with this processor. Well, look, it's the same freaking image that we had on there. So I'm not sure if you can see this. Let me see if I can expand this. You know what I can do? I'm going to enlarge this. Give me 1 second. And I can make it a more crisp because it's pretty blurry. I'm going to make it a full screen graphic, and I'm going to use AI to make it clear. There you go. I'm going to use image upscaler 4x. We'll give it a second to clear the image for us so we can get a good detailed look. So far it looks like... Oh shit, it just finished. Hang on. Good. Did make it a little more clear. All right. Let me download this photo and I'll put it up on full screen. What the hell is going on? Why won't it let me download this? Yo, what is going on? Alright, well, for whatever reason, I can't try to reconnect. You can continue editing, but you might lose your work. Alright, so for some reason my editing software I'm using has bit the dust. It doesn't want me to upgrade. That's why it does not want me to upgrade. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to cancel that. Bear with me just for a second. I want to make sure we get a clear look at the computers that this is going to come on. Because again, I think I'm going to get me one. I just need to know. I don't want to go scouring the internet. We have all these PCs right here with all this information. No need to waste time. There we go. I got it. All right. Downloading right now. Downloads, save. So let me go to all right, I'm uploading it right now. We'll throw this up on the screen. It's a clear image. There we go. Okay. And y'all can still hear me, right? Okay, so we have it looks like the Acer Swift 14. What is that? AI. It's not incredibly clear, but it's clearer than the one they gave us on the Android Authority. Asus VivoBook, Dell Inspiron 14, Dell Inspiron 14 Plus, Dell Latitude, Dell XPS, HP EliteBook Ultra, HP OmniBook X, Lenovo ThinkPad, Lenovo Yoga Slim 7X. Was that 7X? Yeah, 7X. I think that's what Daniel said he had, right? A 9 to 5 Google list of laptops available on June 18th. Yeah, I think I just read that they're available for pre-order, and then I think you can either walk into a store and buy them, or they start shipping them on the 18th. Yeah. 2 hours. And that's not a lie. I remember it's come a long way. It has, but in my opinion, if these can get what they're claiming, this is going to be a breakthrough foundational moment for battery life for non-Apple products when it comes to laptops, PCs, and stuff like that. Damn. Just enough for a movie. I remember that. Yep. How do you like your Surface, your Microsoft product? Because I was close to buying one and just never did. Although I think I might this time. However, I like to upgrade RAM in my computers. So typically that's why I haven't purchased a Microsoft Surface or any Microsoft product, because you can't really upgrade the RAM, right? Soldered to the motherboard. That's one of the reasons why I got my HP ProBook, because you can just open it up and you can stick, I think, 64 gigs of RAM in there if you want to. So I'm kind of limited if I put it that way. But if I can get one with 32 gigs right out the box, then I'll be good. Samsung Galaxy Book 4. Now with the X Plus, the Acer Swift, Asus VivoBook, Dell Latitude, Dell Inspiron, Microsoft Surface Pro, Microsoft Surface Laptop 13. It's great overall, amazing screen, amazing speakers, plenty of power with high-end processor and good video card. Yeah, that's why one of the things that kept me away too is the price. They're overpriced, bad battery life. Those Surface Pen is amazing. Yes, having a pen with a laptop/tablet is key. It's absolutely key, especially if you do. I mean, I can see people not using them, but for what I do, definitely need a pen. HP claims 22 hours of playback, but they put their not bright displays. 300 nits. Yeah, it's a sneaky little way for them to increase the playback time, right? All right, let's see here. Where am I? So Microsoft, as we mentioned, their Surface Laptop and Surface Pro naturally lead the charge, emphasizing yes, boasting 80% performance and performance boost over last generation. God damn it, battery life exceeding 22 hours. It comes with a 13 or 15 inch touchscreen display, 600 nits brightness, studio camera, and a haptic touchpad as a Copilot Plus PC. Fully integrates Microsoft AI features through the Copilot key. Starting at $1,000, ships on June 18th. That's not too bad, right? At least it's not close to the $2,000 mark. I'm sure they have one that will. Let's see. So that's Surface Laptop. Here's Surface Pro. Anything different? Flex keyboard, versatile usage, Wi-Fi 7, starts at $1,000. Okay, I might be in the market for a Microsoft. Although I don't know if any of these, if you can expand, if they have RAM expansion. I doubt it, the way things are going. Now this new HP OmniBook X and the EliteBook Ultra G1Q, both powered by X Elite CPU. Yeah, I remember the OmniBook line. Boasts a 14-inch multi-touch display with corner and Gorilla Glass, dual speakers, HP Audio Boost technology, Wi-Fi 7. Oh, there we go. Offers up to 32 gigs of RAM. Starts at $1,100. Let's see. The Ultrabook Q1. All these laptops are powered and or classified as the Copilot, as a Copilot Plus CPU. Let me change the sometimes I get tired of hearing the same shit over and over. Okay, I'm sure y'all do too. So the Dell Inspire, looks like with each company they're basically getting two models devoted to this new CPU, because Lenovo, it looks like they have Lenovo has two, but they only list one here. I love the Lenovo Yogas. I have had one of those. I really like them, but I went to a Dell ProBook after that. Couldn't upgrade the RAM on it. Let's see, Acer. You know what? I would like to get one with a OLED display, but I know those are probably really, really expensive. For all of you, check this out. I'll also put links. So I'll make this live stream like a Snapdragon X Elite hub or info hub. I'm going to have all the information in the description box below. When this is over, I'll input that there. I'm also going to put links, right? So like if you click on this link, it goes to the computer. I'm going to put links for every single computer we see here. I'll put links in the description box below. So you can just come back to this video, reference something, and now I don't get any kickbacks. This is not an affiliate link, because I know, boy, there's some YouTubers that love affiliate links. The only affiliate link I have, to be completely honest with everybody, is just Amazon, right? So if I say, hey, here's a case or here's a laptop, you can get it at Amazon. If you click that link, I think I get like 1%. Now that doesn't come out of your pocket. Well, it's 1% of the total cost. So basically Amazon's paying me that. But outside of Amazon, I don't have any affiliate links. So I'm not trying to sell y'all something that I get paid on. But I'll put all these laptops in the description box below. I don't know. I'd have to take a long, good look at all these, and I don't want to waste y'all's time here on live. So I might do that tonight. Take a good look at all these and kind of see which 2 or 3 I'm interested in. Do y'all have any preference as far as what y'all are thinking about? Microsoft, I know, but what about Asus or HP or even Samsung, which we'll get into here in a minute. I was so disappointed with my Samsung Book 3. God, was it a disappointment. Absolute disaster. And I don't know how they continue to make computers, because you hear some horror stories online about these Samsung laptops, and I've never seen a good review ever of a Samsung laptop. And it's such a shame, because they make really good phones, but they make shitty laptops. They make good tablets, shitty laptops. I don't say shitty, but something they're doing is not working, right? I think it has to do with overheating. When I had my Galaxy Book 3, because look, I got a ton of tabs open, and this is just light work. Watch this. Let me see how many tabs I have open. I have 109 Chrome tabs. 109 Chrome tabs open. I'm using 50% of my memory. I have 32 gigs of RAM in this mini PC. So I'm roughly using just over, I was at 51. I'm using 50% RAM, and I have 109 Chrome tabs open. Now, for comparison, I have 109 Chrome tabs open on a Galaxy Book 3. Things overheating and shutting down. I think the most I got without it overheating was like 30-something tabs on Chrome. It's pretty bad. Just couldn't handle it. It had a Intel Core i7 13th gen. Just couldn't handle it. And these tend to be a little more expensive, right? So they start at just over $1,300 and up to almost $1,800 for the 16-inch Pro model for the Samsung Galaxy Book 4 Edge. Now, one cool thing is it will have a dynamic AMOLED display, which is cool, but it's not fun to look at a dead display if it's not working right. And the battery life sucked because it overheated so much. So, very happy to see this new Snapdragon X Elite. Look, there's not a ton of information. We did go over the specs. We went over I have a list of the computers it's going to be launched with. Now it's time to basically, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see if any YouTubers or any reviewers got review units in, right, for YouTube purposes, and see how those go. I may review a video or two tomorrow. I'll probably do my homework tonight. I'm sure somebody has, right? Somebody has. The computer-based tech channels have got to have these in for reviews. So I might watch a review or two, and we may revisit this tomorrow to see how the reviews are doing, initial reviews of this new Snapdragon X Elite CPU. Look, I've been looking forward to this day for a long, long time. So I'm really happy they got it released, and I'm kind of excited to potentially pick out a new computer with this CPU, right? I'm very happy to move on with Snapdragon. Move forward with Snapdragon. Very, very happy. Plus, I want to get a SIM card. Carrier services. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I think this time. If they've got that much more performance out of it, and then they're saying their power efficiency is unmatched, that tells me that might be the secret sauce when it comes to Samsung specifically laptops, computers, basically, right? Because that was the issue with their previous models, is with the Intel. They never had AMD. A partner with AMD was always Intel. Those things would always overheat, and then once it overheats, start getting choppy, start getting sluggish. If they could figure out the power efficiency, Samsung, I think the CPU will fix it. I really do. At least I'm putting my hopes into it. But yeah, if they figure it out, they should have a wonderful device, Samsung. They just gotta figure out a way to prevent it from overheating. Now, it was slim. That was another one of the reasons. Very, very, very slim CPU. Nowhere for the heat to go. Just a couple of dots underneath it for it to vent. I even considered drilling some holes in there to air it out, but I never did that. But we will see. So stick with us. Join us tomorrow. I'm not going to leave just yet, but tomorrow we will continue on with the Snapdragon X Elite CPU discussion. Again, I'm going to watch some reviews, possibly explore some of these laptops with that CPU. And I don't know, maybe if y'all want to do the same, we can kind of discuss which one looks like the better buys, right? Which one's overpriced, which ones look like a good deal. Right now, yeah, I think either Samsung or I'm eyeballing the Microsoft Surface and or Samsung devices with this new CPU. Now, I don't have anything against Acer or Asus or Dell, HP, and I'll look at all of them and see which ones look like good deals. So we'll definitely join us tomorrow for more Snapdragon X Elite talk, because we'll definitely expand upon this some more. There was another tab I was going to bring up. Let me see. And another thing I was going to get into is what is Copilot Plus, right? So it appears they're labeling all these new laptops with this new Snapdragon CPU a Copilot Plus enabled Windows laptop, which I'm assuming is just a modified version of Copilot that's already on all of our Windows PCs. You have that little icon in the bottom right corner of your screen that brings up a menu. Can you see it? Oh no, you can't. It's not displaying it. Nope, not right now. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, so here we have a breakdown. What is this? Pricing for the Surface Laptop 7 starts at $999 for the 13-inch model, $1299 for the 15-inch version. And here are the specs for it, right? IPS, 60 hertz touch display, up to 64 gigs of RAM, look at that, 22 hours of playback time. Oh my goodness. I think we're going to hit a milestone here. We finally broke through the bad battery life. Now look, cellular connectivity, no. Interesting. Does have Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4. What about the other one? Don't they have another? Or is it just this Surface Laptop 7? Because I know they have another model. Maybe that's Wow. That looks cool. That red. So it looks like they're really pushing this NPU. And again, that's the one category it beat. The Apple chips is the NPU. What was it? Performance efficiency or something like that. These are the first processors to break past 40. What is that? 40 trillion? Is that what TOP stands for? Trillion operations per second. 40 trillion operations per second of AI performance. That's amazing. And it can reach 45 trillion operations per second. Good Lord. They're the first devices to feature Copilot Plus. This is a set of Windows 11's AI features that can run locally. Got you. That's what I was looking for. So it's not just, I was looking for a little more detail. So it's not just the next iteration of Copilot, but it runs AI features locally on the device, right? Which is a big plus because it can get you your answers a lot faster than having to go to the cloud and come back to your device, including things like recall, auto super resolution, and live captions. There's no link there. Interesting. Yeah, those are nice. Those are real nice. I've always opted for a 2-in-1 as well in the past, but as I move on, I don't necessarily have to have a 2-in-1. It kind of limits your market there. Decent webcam. Damn, so it does have a 1080p webcam, moving past the 720p. Thank God. They've been stuck at 720p for what? Yeah, since the Surface Laptop 5. 24H2. I think I'm on 24H2. I'm in the developer program for Windows, and I think I'm on 24H2. Interesting. All right, well, there you have it. I'll link that down there as well. Asus and Lenovo, I think sweet pot if budget unlimited. Yeah, right. ThinkPad 14S, then Samsung too expensive. Yeah, it is expensive. Surface laptop, better for the price. That's kind of what I was thinking right here. Quasar says, summed it up exactly what I was thinking in this one comment, right? Asus and Lenovo, probably the sweet spot if budget is your number one determining factor when buying a new device. Budget unlimited, meaning you don't have a budget, then the Lenovo ThinkPad 14S is the clear choice. Samsung is a little overpriced. They always are, at least for the laptops. Too expensive, and Surface laptop is the best for the price. I think that's about right. I think that sums it up what I was thinking. Elite, only 23 watts. Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? They get all that power. That's why they're bragging about, when we read that press release, they mentioned power performance or power efficiency like 4 times in that one press release. So yeah, that's great to see. They get all that power out of only 23 watts. No Copilot Plus means requirements for PC. It shouldn't have NPU, 4 AI, and 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of ROM. Requirements for all, like Intel will release AI CPU 2 in Q3. Huh. Yeah, I'm sure it's got Intel, well, yeah, and AMD on their heels when it comes to introducing a new or newer version of a CPU that can handle the next generation of AI capable functions or functionality, right? Because we've just scratched the surface with this AI thing. And I know, me personally, hearing AI, like they mentioned AI 123 times at Google I/O. I get tired of it, quite honestly. And a lot of the stuff that they're claiming is AI, is it really AI? Maybe. But look, we've just scratched the surface, right? But we're kind of getting into the second wave of AI. The first wave of AI is saying, oh, we have all these AI functionalities that may not really be AI. But now when you get into the second wave, meaning like the CPUs and NPUs can actually start handling, they know how to fine tune, they know how to build these CPUs more specifically for AI functionality. So that's where we kind of get into this second wave, where you see this X Elite processor being released that is so AI focused. Intel is sitting back in their chairs thinking, okay, well, it's either let's go back to the drawing board, or they've already got something it appears. Quasar says it's set to release in Q3, so they've already got something on the back burner that they're working on. As AMD is, I'm sure. I haven't heard anything from AMD. Actually, I take that back. I have heard something about AMD, and they're working on something too. So, it's just a cat and mouse game, right? This is one-upping each other. So it'll be, all the way to the top. Every other year, every other 6 months, a new CPU will come out and beat the other, and away we go. So that's very, very cool. I'm definitely going to look into these tonight, and we will definitely revisit this tomorrow for sure. Now, real quick, before we move on, promise. Before we move on, where I'm at? Damn, I'm at an hour already? Okay. I'm going to have to get off here in just a few minutes. So we'll wrap this up here shortly. I know this is going to be a PC-heavy episode, and that's fine. We cover all mobile technology, right? So we mainly focus on phones, phone tech, but computers, look, mini PCs, we do it all here. So here's the Pro version, Surface Pro. The base model, 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, start at $299. Fully spec'd out model with 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage, and a powerful Snapdragon X Elite CPU and an OLED panel will cost you $2,100. It's not too bad for a very premium device. Now, I was going to jump into the Samsung Book 4. Let's real quick. Let's see what they got to offer. So it looks like, who is this? Android Headlines. They're saying Samsung could possibly bundle the Galaxy Book 4 with a Galaxy Tab S9 FE. They don't know if the promotion is real, but they may come forward with that little bundle. I think it'd be a phone with a laptop, but not a tablet with a laptop. Let's see, what are the base? So this is coming with the Snapdragon. But see, here's the other thing. When we went over the press release, there's 3 versions of the X Elite. And notice, they're not really mentioning which version of the X Elite that it's coming with. It'll say X Elite, and you're like, oh, cool. But now, it may be region specific. Do y'all know? Quasar, you seem like you have a lot of knowledge on this. Do you know if the X Elite with the 3 models, actually, where was it? Let's pull that up. Maybe they're releasing them in different markets, and maybe that's why they're not necessarily showing us which one is which. I mean, which Elite CPU it is. I think, where was it? No, it's this one. Here we go. See, here it has a Snapdragon X Elite. There's 3 different versions. Now, there's one on the very top. That's the I'm assuming their flagship CPU, meaning the biggest and best. But look, it's not. It's just slightly overclocked. Still has the same 42 megabytes cache. Same 12 core. Oh, there's it. It's just it's like a Snapdragon X Elite on steroids. Because look, the total flops 4.6, and the other ones have 3.8. Yeah, it's not saying, but and there's only obviously one X Plus, which that X Plus is still going to be a good CPU. But if you're going to get a new CPU, a new laptop, you might as well get the X Elite, right? I'm sure it'll be maybe a tiny bit more expensive, but what, $50, $100? You know, I'd rather spend the $50 or $100 extra and get the top of the line CPU. But the X Plus is not going to be any slouch, right? That may be also they might also put that X Plus in the more mobile devices, like the 2-in-1s or a tablet hybrid type of computer, right? Where are we at? I think it was this one. Nope. It was this one right here, Galaxy Book 4. I mean, look, there's really not that much info. Companies making ARM-based processors have been struggling, yes, to reach that of Apple's. If this chip, coupled with 16 gigs of RAM, can create a powerful Galaxy experience, then maybe there's hope for Windows on ARM. There's not just hope. There's exhilaration. There's excitement. That's what I'm kind of getting at. I'm getting excited about this. Yeah, because we haven't had much to celebrate when it comes to ARM. When you hear ARM and Windows in the same sentence, haven't really had much to get excited about. Okay, so before we get out of here, you saw only Surface Pro overpriced. Need to $350 keyboard. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm saying I wouldn't. I don't think I would choose that. I saw only 78 Elite model. Yeah, check this out. Quasar, I'm gonna we got them right here. Oops, there we go. Right here on the screen again. This is on, and I'll link this. It's not in the description box right now. As soon as this is done, I'm gonna put all the stuff we looked at. I'm gonna put them in links underneath this video so y'all can come back and check for yourself. But here is got. Look, they have the 80 and then the 84. The 84 is going to be their top of the line. And you can see the specs right here. Shoot, even if they just had the 78, that looks badass, right? But it gets even better. Pretty amazing. So look for that, right? So if you are interested and you get close to buying one, see in the details if it lists which X Elite it is, right? Because there could be another model, maybe a slight price difference, maybe not, right? Because you'd rather have the 80 over the 78, right? And you'd rather have the 84 over the 80. If there's not much of a price difference, I would go with the better one. But this looks like a beast, this one up top. Damn. So just keep that in mind if you're shopping. And again, I'm going to link this in the description below. This is Qualcomm's official press release. But before we get out of here, check this out. I wanted to get into something. So we all know Google released their Android 15 Beta 2. What was it, last week? Yeah, I think it was last Monday. And there's been some issues, right? So with the private space, can't really set it up, right? And I played around with it on our live stream that day. And I went back later in the week and tried to set it up, and it wouldn't work. So I was like, it's a beta, whatever. But Google is out to fix it. So they've already issued a whole nother update. So if you do have a Pixel device, please go to your settings, and in the search bar up there, search for update, what have you. And there is a new update. Now you're not going to have to wait another. This is an immediate update, so it should be available as you're hearing this. And if you don't see it, give it a day or so. Maybe they're rolling it out in stages. Quick side note: I have had some success in the past. If there was an update out and my phone just wasn't picking it up, you can do a couple things. Simply restart your phone, power it off, power it back on, and then go into settings and try to see if the update is available then. And then another thing you can do is, while it's powered on, turn off your Wi-Fi. If you're connected on Wi-Fi, wait a few seconds, and then turn your Wi-Fi back on, reconnect. And just those two little things where you disconnect from the server and reconnect to the server can trigger in their internal servers your device to catch the update, right? So if you don't see it, try those two things: power off, power back on, and then check for an update, or disconnect Wi-Fi, reconnect Wi-Fi, check for an update. If still nothing, give it a day or so. They'll probably be rolling it out in stages. Oh, yes. I saw that. I have it on one of these tabs. We'll get into that real quick since we're talking about updates. Here we go. Thank you for reminding me. Because, when I'm running out of time, I'll bump some of these stories we're going to talk about. And I was definitely going to bump that. But we need to talk about it since I'm bringing this up. It only makes sense. So, right here. So, if you have iPhone, go ahead and give it an update. iOS 17.5.1 is now available with the fix to prevent deleted photos from reappearing. Uh-oh. You don't want that to happen. That could get you in big trouble, if you know what I mean. The nightmare is over. Your long deleted photos should no longer resurface on your iPhone out of the blue. Whew. I could save you, if you know what I mean. Anyways, let's see. iOS 17.5.1 is now available for all users globally. No matter where you're at, update your iPhone. It patches a serious iOS 17.5 bug that caused deleted photos to resurface. To update your compatible iPhone to this version, follow these steps we've included at the bottom of this article. I think you should know how to update your phone. iPhone, you just go to settings, update, right? Pretty self-explanatory. And they have a search bar as well in the settings. So if you can't find it, go to your settings app and then look for the search icon and just simply type in update and you'll find it. But yes, thank you for reminding me. That's a big it's a big update that everybody needs to be aware of. So yeah, thank you. Now, before we get out of here, if you're interested in a tablet, I mentioned at the very beginning how I kind of whiffed on the Pixel tablet you give away a free Pixel tablet with an iPad trade-in. Here, Samsung's giving you, first of all, the S9 series. You got the S9, S9 Plus, S9 Ultra. Samsung is close to coming out with the S10. We're going to have more on that tomorrow. S10 tablet. And they're trying to basically get rid of all their stock. Now, Samsung is one of the, kind of like with iPad, right? You don't necessarily have to upgrade every single year. At least I feel that way. When it comes to a tablet, you don't need to upgrade every single year like I do with a phone. I consider tablets like an every 2-year upgrade. So if you do need a new tablet or you just want to take advantage of a good deal, you got a really good deal. So they're taking $200 off the top. If you do not have a trade-in, Samsung is just slashing $200. But that's not the part I was going to get to. That's nice, of course, $200. But the trade-in. So the old school, the OG Samsung trade-in credit upgrade is back. As you can tell, you can save up to $1,000 on S9 Ultra, on Tab S9 Ultra. All right. So you can, now they want you to trade in a tablet. You can trade in a phone if you have it, but they're just not giving you a lot of money for the phones. They want a tablet for a tablet. So this is the one I was eyeballing. I think I'm going to pull the trigger. I had the S8 Ultra that I reviewed, that they sent me. Badass. But I think I'm going to buy this one. So this is $1,200 brand new. Basically wipes off $1,000. Here's the key though. Right, so it's the 12 gig 256 model. But look at this. They want you to buy the Ultra. Because with the trade-in that I have down here, what is it? Tab S8, they're giving me $700 trade-in credit for a Tab S8. Now, what are they giving you $800 for? Trade-in credit? That would be last year's S8 Ultra. But I can go on eBay and I can buy a Galaxy Tab S8 for like $150. Don't tell anybody. So I'm going to buy that on eBay. And I'm going to trade that in. You can get $700 trade-in credit. And I'm going to get one of these. Right. But if you got an iPad, you can certainly trade in an iPad. Actually, they're giving you quite a bit. So let's look real quick. Now, on a tablet, I wouldn't use anything less than 12 gigs of RAM on a tablet. I know these have 8 here. There's 8. Actually, I think they have 12 gig variants. But look, you save the most. This is the least expensive tablet with a trade-in. They want to get rid of these, right? They're trying to get rid of the stock before the Tab S10. Before they launch that. So they're trying to get rid of all these. So this is actually the best deal. It's the best one. And again, I'm going to link this in the description. I don't get any kickbacks from Samsung either. So I'm not trying to sell something here. Just trying to pass along a good deal. But let's look at the trade-in deals, right? So for tablets, here's the trade-in credits. So you too can find one, or you can go on OfferUp. Somebody's selling a cheap one on OfferUp. Buy it. Well, you do what you want to do. I'm telling you what I do. And then trade that in. I've been doing it for years and never had an issue. But that's just what I do. But you can do what you want. But you can tell they do give you decent credits. Once you start getting up to the S7 FE, $500. I mean, you could find these cheap online. $700. They're giving you $800 for the Tab S8 Ultra, but here's the deal. You can't find a cheap one online, right? So that would make sense. This is like, these two right here are the best ones you're going to find online, meaning the cheapest one. You'll get the most credit for. If you have an iPad, let's see real quick. See, they're giving, but you can't really go and find a cheap iPad Pro, right? 5th gen, the big 12.9-inch one. They're only giving you, well, I say only, but $600 for that, and so on and so on. So the best trade-in deals, go grab you a Samsung tablet online and trade that sucker in. But it's a gargantuan tablet. What is it? 14.6-inch display? The thing is huge. It's beautiful, beautiful display. I mean, just gorgeous AMOLED. You can use that, right? And it comes with Samsung DeX, so you can use the tablet in DeX mode, kind of like as a laptop, which is awesome. And away you go. Now, this is for Wi-Fi only. I don't believe this is the cellular version. But anyways, I'm going to take advantage of this. And I think that's it for the day. So I'm going to end it right here, and I'm going to go back and start adding links to the video description. So I appreciate everybody for joining me. Daniel, thank you. Quasar, it was nice to meet you or see you here. Don't be a stranger. Come back tomorrow, and we'll talk more about this new Snapdragon X Elite. I'm going to watch some reviews, initial reviews, and see what they have to say, and we'll talk about it, right? And I appreciate it, Aston. Thank you very much. And Carlos, appreciate it as well. Thank you, sir. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to fill in these links for y'all. And we'll see y'all back tomorrow. Probably, what's tomorrow? Tuesday. I'll try to do it 4 p.m. Central Standard Time again for tomorrow. So, and then we'll have some Android news and stuff like that. So, Anyways, thank you very much. I hope you had a good Monday start of the week, and please have a safe, enjoyable evening. And I will see you, as always, tomorrow. Peace out.